right, Talitha Kumi sisters and everyone else watching, welcome to the Talitha Culture Show. My name is Serena. Thank you so much for joining us. I do apologize. It's been like a whole minute or like literally like 3 weeks since I posted a video, but I feel like God just really silenced me in this Lenten season, and I feel like He's given me a lot of downloads, spiritual breakthroughs, mental breakthroughs. I'm actually launching a self-defense jiu-jitsu based ministry called Full Armor, and you might have seen the video yesterday that I uploaded. So if you have any advice on starting ministries, I'm actually going to be working through churches, so through other churches and nonprofit institutions under their 501c3s, so fiscal sponsorship, as I consider becoming a 501c3 myself. So if you have any advice, would love to hear it. Yeah, we're actually going to break down a police body cam footage of a woman being attacked at a 7-Eleven. This situation specifically involves a man using his body and his body weight to get this woman on the ground and keep her on the ground. So I'm going to react to the video. I'm going to also share some footage of my husband and I on our mats in our home here, and we're actually kind of breaking down what we would do in this situation. I'm going to do a voiceover of that, and if you have any knowledge of jiu-jitsu, or yeah, if you just want to chime in on what you would do in this situation, would love to hear it. But yeah, if you have any self-defense knowledge in this particular type of position that the man had her in, would love your perspective on that. Definitely comment below, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's get to it.
What's killed, baby? I'll see you in the check.
What is going on, man?
He came in to get a DoorDash order and he said
Who are you?
These people look high. These guys right here.
Get off
Yeah.
of her, bro. Get off of her. What are you doing?
He punched me twice.
What are you doing?
You can arrest me, I work there.
What are you doing?
Store is closed.
I feel so bad for her.
I just showed him. He wasn't enough cut to tell me.
You okay?
He punched me in my head with the machine.
All right, let me figure out what's going on, okay? Give me a second. Hey, man, let me talk to you real quick. So what is happening? Why did you feel the need to do this? I don't care if you work
They
here.
got a whole mop
So
on
explain
the door.
explain to me, why did you feel the need?
Yesterday, we're receiving the McLean truck. The store is closed. Nobody's allowed in the store until the truck leaves.
Okay, I understand that the store was closed,
All right, sir,
but why? Listen to me. Listen to me. Answer my questions. Why did you feel the
So
need?
frustrating.
The store was closed and she was in the store. Nobody's allowed in the store until that McLean truck leaves.
So the store is closed. No one's allowed in. So you kept her in the store?
Keep her in the store.
You were on top of her.
Bruh, you watch the camera.
You were on. When I got here, I saw you on top of her. I don't care that you work
So
here.
you want me to clock out, then you arrest me?
I
sir?
don't care what you do. Explain to me,
Our
why is it that you
right here,
felt
our
the need?
scanner's right here, sir. If you go in there.
All right. So that was what happened. And let's go back to the position that he was in. Clearly, he was on top of her, as we see. And he was facing backwards. So he's facing backwards and he is literally using all his body weight to keep her down. And she's significantly smaller than her, it seems like. It's just so sad. I feel so sad for this girl. I feel so sorry for her. I mean, just imagine someone just ups and like attacks you. She was saying that he punched her. He used something to hit her. He broke her phone. That's what she was yelling as well. And he just got on top of her, I guess, and just like kept her down, bro. Like anyone who's trained martial arts or jiu-jitsu or even been in a fight like this, you know that it's really hard to breathe. And when my husband and I actually worked on this position and we worked on how we would get out of this position, this is actually a really, really heavy, this is a position where the person on top of you, the opponent or your aggressor, is just so heavy. Their hips, it's worse than a traditional like back take position that we call in jiu-jitsu, a back mount or a back take position where the opponent is like kind of more on a backpack position on you. My husband and I were going over this. It felt more easier that you would be able to get out of a position like a back take position than this position, it seems like. In this literal, like he's laying on top of her and she's flat, okay? So she's already completely flattened out, which we talk about in jiu-jitsu itself. Like when someone gets your back and you're laid flat, that is like the worst thing ever. It's the most demoralizing thing, honestly, because you can't, they're on top of you, you're flat, you're straightened out flat, and you just feel helpless. You know, you can't, you're using your joints and your limbs to be able to get up and to turtle up, to get up, to somehow posture up and get them off of you. You know, that's where you want to be able to get out of this position. But when I tried to do this with my husband, it was actually really hard. So we're going to show the footage of me and my husband now. We're going to dissect that as well. Here we are. I'm trying to like move and scramble, trying to get out. Clearly, if it's in a life or death situation, right, you would use all your strength to get out of this position. But let's say you're panicking, you're out of breath, you're tired, your adrenaline, you know, you just had like your adrenaline all just like come at you at once, and you probably have like expended your energy and your strength. Here I'm isolating a leg actually, which oftentimes is what we do in jiu-jitsu. We isolate a certain part of the body to create leverage. And still, even when I isolated the leg, and my husband is heavy, he's like 200 some pounds. Now I'm trying to figure out, okay, I have to lean to one side to knock him over, to then roll over, and of course then create distance and get out of, you know, get away from him. So that is one way to do it, I suppose, is to isolate a leg, roll to that same side that you're isolating the leg, and then but it still requires, you know, like you have to be fighting for your life at this point and use all your strength, because the aggressor is trying to put all their weight on top of you. I could hardly breathe as well because he was literally sitting on top of my back, which my stomach was directly under my back, obviously. And so it was really hard for me to breathe. I felt myself a little bit like feeling lightheaded at that point as well. So I feel so bad for that girl. So when my husband is arching his leg, there's actually an opening. So I think the guy actually was arching his leg at some point. If he ended up arching his leg to kind of get some balance, that's actually an opening for you as the victim to be able to, because there's more space under that leg that's arching. So you can actually try to wiggle your way out of that space that arched leg creates. And here too, I tried to see if I could even isolate that other leg and then still roll. But now you have more of an opening because that leg was arched. So you had more space to escape. I was just really trying to figure out, like, especially with the girl, because she was significantly smaller, you know, just trying to figure out what other options there could be for her. So here's just from a different angle, trying to get out. And again, he's putting all his pressure on the lower part of my back. Because I have access to my elbows and I'm able to kind of like lean on them, I'm able to roll to the side. And it's still really hard again because his whole weight is on top of you. But if you're able to just use all your strength, and which is really, you can find all of that in situations like that, to be honest, is that's when you're just really like life or death, and you just kind of find this inner strength that you've never thought you never had. Rolling to the side, I found that to be somewhat effective, you know, if not really effective, at least it's an option. And so here from a different angle, just showing you he's on top of you, you're trying to get out and you can't really breathe at this point, isolating a leg again, trying to roll over, trying to knock your opponent down, and then really rolling over and creating that distance and getting away from your aggressor. So let me know your thoughts, what you would do in this situation if you didn't have any access to even to a phone, because the victim's phone unfortunately was damaged by the aggressor. If all you had was just sheer will, just fighting for your life at that point, what you would do. I feel so sorry for this victim. Again, my prayers, solidarity out to this victim of this particular attack, and I hope the aggressor, the criminal, is brought to justice, is just serving a lot of time in jail for this. This is completely horrifying situation to be in as a woman, as especially a smaller female. I just really hope the best for her. Like, comment, subscribe, leave your thoughts below. If you have experience in jiu-jitsu, what you would do in this situation, would love to hear your thoughts. Talitha Kumi. Stay safe.